Hello, everyone, and I have a question. Have you ever wanted to play general manager for your favorite football team? Well, today we are doing that for our teams. Now, we're doing the Seahawks first because, well, quite frankly, John Schneider is the one that's more likely to make a big time move and completely make this out of date, so this video has to go up first. But are you excited to play general manager for the defending Super Bowl champions?
Oh, definitely.
Now, are you ready to feel like an idiot after you make some moves? Be like, yep, you know what? There's a reason I'm not one.
Well, just because they don't do what I did doesn't mean I was wrong. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Okay. So, for anyone who's wondering, we are doing manage roster on Spot Track, and we will be doing a draft. That's how we will end this. And the draft will be just the Seahawks only. The AI will be picking everyone else, and we will be using a Pro Football Focus draft simulator for that. So,
Fair enough.
so let's get into it. Any big time moves you got to make? Any cuts? Any trades you want to make before free agency starts?
All right. So here we are, Seattle sitting at $60 million, a little over $60 million over the cap for their top 51. One of the things when you and I always talk, and I always bring up that, like, look and see how many teams have, or, they may have $100 million on of cap space, but how many effective players on that 51 cap. So we're going to have a little fun today, and this is a what we would do. So this isn't what we think Seattle would do, right? This is what we would do. So I'm looking at just extensions that can be made to give Seattle a little bit more money, maybe viably set them up for the future. So I'm just going to start with Sam Darnold, who currently is set to make almost $38 million this year. He had a heck of a year. There's no doubt about that Seattle wants him for the long haul. So I would be looking at extending him a little bit. Uh, what it'll do is it will lower this year's cap hit, give him another 2 years onto the deal. So we're going to do that. His current cap hit, like I said, is 37, almost $38 million. We're going to extend him for 2 years at a value of $104 million. This year's cap hit is going to be about 15.5 million. Right? So as we had mentioned, they started off with a little over 60 million, and now their effective cap is 83 million. Leonard Williams, same thing. His cap hit for him will go from 29.6 million to 18.6 million, so saving roughly $11 million
How much is the total value again?
of his deal.
Yes.
Three years, 56 million.
356. Okay.
All
So
right.
the one thing I will add is I am putting this in what is the new value, and it's actually freeing up more cap space than what you have. So just like I don't know exactly what's going on here, but one thing I will say, we can include the draft pool in this. So everyone, if you want to know, that's how much money you see up on the screen with the total valuation of the contracts he's handing out with the draft picks. That's how much cap space you have up there. I figured that out this morning.
All right. 94 million.
I'm showing 103 million.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. So
All right.
maybe I'm wrong, maybe whatever, but like overall, we're not going to spend probably to the very brink of the cap, so it's not going to matter too much.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That puts he's got, because of how they had restructured his deal, he's got almost 20 million against the cap. I would like to see him here for one more year, but I also would not be like devastated if he wouldn't take a pay cut. Uh, so I'm just at this point in time going to release him. That'll give us a dead cap hit of 8.5 million.
Would you consider a trade though? Because his dead cap's not like horrible. His contract's not too bad, and there are teams in need of a pass rush, and the Seahawks lack draft picks.
Absolutely, I would totally consider a trade. I just don't know uh, how well you're going to find a trade for a 30-year-old that just came back midway through this season, has had a bad couple of years. Uh, so my intent is to cut him basically with the intent to say, hey, go look and see what your value is. Before you sign on the dotted line, please come contact us, right? And see what that happens. So currently now, and I don't know what yours is showing, but I'm showing about $104 million, right? So
I pretty much have 9 million more than you.
okay, that's interesting. Um so here's the thing. We're going to extend both Devin Witherspoon and Jackson Smith and Jigma current right now, right? So I'm just using what Spot Track has for a 3-year extension, which is basically 3 years, $71 million. What this does though is his current cap hit this year was 10.1. Extending him his this year's new cap hit is only 10.7. So really only a difference of $600,000, right? And that's just because that money will hit after his first contract is gone, right? So after the end of next year. So
Now,
we're
I
gonna do,
I assume we're talking about Witherspoon because JSN's probably going to require more money.
yeah, that was Devin Witherspoon. I apologize. I'm just going down, and since Witherspoon was a higher draft pick than him, he of course he had a higher cap hit this year.
Okay. By the way,
Uh,
I figured out what I did wrong. So as you're talking, everyone, I'm just going to be redoing the contracts.
All right. So next we're at JSN, right? Gonna extend him. Um, and his current cap hit just because of where he was at. This is crazy that same draft taken, what was it, 9 spots higher? Was that what Witherspoon was taken over JSN? Witherspoon's was 10
Withers
point.
Witherspoon was the fourth pick. I think JSN was the 18th pick.
Okay. So JSN's contract this year was only $4.5 million. So you can see how far it drops
Okay.
in compensation. So we're gonna take him a 3-year extension, and that's gonna show at 113 million for that 3 years.
Just to butt in real quick, how many years was Leonard Williams' new contract? 2 years?
Three.
Three.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using as you can see, if you're going in and doing this, I'm just using what Spa Track is using as theirs, just to kind of give you an idea.
Okay. And JSN is 113 million over 3 years, which isn't too bad.
No, not really, not really. That moves his effective cap hit from the 4.5 to 10.7, right? So what we have done now is we've extended Witherspoon and JSN. We've cleared up cap space. Um, we still have 97 million, and I want to make sure. So the other day when I was doing this, uh, I did not see the current extensions that they had already done. But okay, yeah, everything's up to date. All right, so we are good there. All right. So now we've done our extensions. Does this mean that technically we could extend or re-sign, however you want to put it, Walker, Rashid Shaheed, Tariq Woolen? Absolutely. We could do all of that, but I'm going to re-sign two. I'm going to re-sign Josh Jones and
For the minimum, I assume.
no.
Oh,
His
market value.
his projection, uh yeah, I'll sign market value. So we'll sign him to that. And then where is
Wow, you're gonna let
um
Jake Bobo walk.
uh and then Kobe Bryant, I'm gonna sign him.
Market value, I
For
assume.
no, I'm not gonna sign him for market value.
Okay. Cut.
No. Um I'm gonna give him 3 years. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. 3 years, 33 million.
So 11 per.
Yes.
Usually around with what we see. Okay, so you're gonna let everyone else walk to free agency.
Yes.
Okay, who are some free agents you're interested in bringing in?
Well, first off, um, I would like to throw out a trade idea. I guess you can be the general manager for the Vikings.
We'll give you JJ McCarthy. You don't have to give us anything. Just take him. Take him.
Oh, no. Not nice try. Nice try. But you know who I'm going to offer for?
I actually. Oh, is it Van Ginkel?
Nope. No.
I mean, they are cutting Aaron Jones, so it's obviously not him. Sounds like Hargrave's about to be cut. But you have mentioned you're interested in a Grenard trade.
That's exactly what I'm willing to do.
Okay. So who would you
So,
give up for Grenard?
here's the thing. I I don't want to give up this year's first. Um, what I'm willing to do is trade this year's second and a conditional uh, um,
Third.
third round pick next year that could turn into a second depending upon um, I guess how much he effectively does the team. So basically I'm offering this year's second, which is 64, and I'll say my I'll say my second highest rated third pick next year because I'm looking at potential comp picks.
Okay. Listen, do I think Grenard is that value is like fair for Grenard? Not really, because I think Grenard's one of the most underrated players in the league. That being said, the Vikings, they have kind of a shockingly older defense. You look at a lot of the guys they're getting rid of this offseason, it's older guys. Van Ginkel is not some young spring chicken. Byron Murphy's not insanely young. They have some older guys that they're going to need to get draft picks to replace them, especially because, like, this team kind of screwed themselves last year running with JJ McCarthy. They missed their Super Bowl window, in my opinion. So now it's time to accumulate draft picks and try and figure this team out. So with that thought process, I would take it with the Vikings.
Okay. And we can do that if you click on make a trade
I
right
know.
here.
I know. I already did it.
Okay, well, you're a lot faster than me.
We're shocked the 24-year-old is better at technology than the 50-year-old.
Close. Okay, so now we have Jonathan Grenard on our team. And
I assume you want to convert that to get a new cap hit of 5.1, correct?
well, conversion, no, because no, they would want to extend him.
Okay.
Conversion just turns his salary cap into um so his current cap hit is 18. They extended him for 3 years at say 21 million a year.
21 million a year, you would say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, 21 million, you got 3 years, it's 63 million, which for his play style is not too bad. He is a little older. I know he was an older draft pick. He has been in the league for a minute, but he's still insanely talented and would make the Seahawks better. Would be an upgrade for their pass rush, which is probably terrifying to any Patriots fan or Drake May.
Well, so here's the thing. They're going to lose Boye Mafe. We cut Uchenna. We're really hoping that DeMarcus Lawrence stays. So basically, what you would be doing is you would be saying that you would be using Lawrence and then, and sorry, my allergies today, and then Grenard on opposite sides. I'd say they're more terrifying now,
Yeah.
my personal opinion. So that gives us an effective salary cap of 89 million going into.
So I actually have different numbers with how I did it, probably because I just didn't do this bonuses right. I have 49 million, but again, I think I messed up some of the signing bonuses and contracts you offered.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I fully admit I'm still trying to figure out how to get them to work on this efficiently.
Yeah. So this is what I show. I extended Leonard Williams 3 years, 53 million. Saved basically 10 million, almost 11 million. Extended Darnold, saved 22.3. Extended Witherspoon. Um, he cost an extra 600,000 against this year's cap. Extended JSN, he cost an additional 6.1. Kobe Bryant added, 6.2.
We're roughly the same. I did a little tinkering. I got it to 57 million, so we should be fine to roll this out.
All
Unless
right.
unless you're offering some big time contracts, which I don't think you are.
No, no. Um, Now let's go over to. I do wish that there was a way to stay in this and like sign free agents. But if we remember currently right now that I have 89.5 and we click over to Spot Track's free agents, I'm going to look at running backs first.
Oh, okay. Thought we were
I
going
know.
edge first.
No, I wanted to go running back first.
So would this be for one Mister Rico Dowdle?
No, it would not.
Okay. You mentioned you had interest in him at one point, so I didn't know.
I do. Um, but I think currently I like a couple other players I think better just for the fit. Um, Rashad White from Tampa Bay. Uh, he's showing at basically $3 million.
I think he'll be a little more than that, I would think. Right?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think's fair for him?
I'm I'm just gonna guess this completely after based off what I'm hearing that Kenneth Gainwell is trying to get, and I assume Rashard White's right in that range of trying to get 8 million per year. So
Ooh,
that
I don't. Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a little bit of increase because a lot of contracts right now are gonna be based around DeAndre Swift's. I'm fine doing market value because it's so hard to predict contracts, but if I'm guessing, I would say he's gonna get upwards of 6 million a year.
Yeah, I think for this, why don't we just take, because we've been running off of market value for everything.
Yep.
So I'll just say 3 million. And there's one more. Da, 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 da. Sorry. As much as I like J.K. Dobbins, I just can't.
Can't pull the trigger due to his history.
Exactly.
I mean,
And now I'm trying.
the more interesting names, in my opinion, are when we go to the bottom half, like a Jaleel McLaughlin, great receiving back. Tyler Algier.
Well, that's Tyler Algier is who I was looking at next.
Okay. And just one last name I'd like to throw out there, Sean Tucker, who did phenomenal while Bucky Irving was injured last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. So we'll do Algier. He's showing 5.6.
Yeah, I see that. I'm expecting more running backs to get paid more because I've just heard so much that everything's based off the DeAndre Swift contract that agents are going to do. But with what they have here, it's better value in my opinion. I'm not going to argue it's paying running backs less.
All right. So now I'm going to look at wide receivers.
Tyreek Hill,
No.
Mike Evans,
Uh, kind of, sort of, yeah.
oh, okay.
So let's look at it this way. Why not ring chase?
Because Tampa's where he belongs.
I'm not saying, yeah, no. I know, but
I
I'm not going to do it just because he's going to be 33. But I was thinking about this. I'm like, he doesn't have to play hero ball, right? You have JSN for that. Now you're going to have Mike Evans on your second best receiver or your second best DB. Mike Evans is still good enough to beat that. And then also now Cooper Kupp, who has been playing against the second, is now going to be playing against the third. And I look at that and I'm like, I think it'd be really, really, really interesting.
I understand where you're coming from. I think he lands 1-2 spots. I think he either stays in Tampa or he's a Buffalo Bill.
And that's total. I mean, yeah, that's
Okay. Yeah, but looking at the rest, like I assume you're looking for more depth, serviceable guys than a big time market.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking to break the bank. I want depth.
Yeah, like you could look for a Tutu Atwell who has played in the NFC West, a little small in stature, or maybe you look at blank on his name, uh, Juwan Jennings, who comes from San Francisco, where your new offensive coordinator comes from.
Yeah, so the thing is with Jennings is he does not fit the Seahawks vibe, right? He's more of a him instead of everything else. Uh just by looking at everything here, um, and looking at some of these deals that teams are going to be playing, right? It's uh
It's not cheap.
no, definitely not. Definitely not. Somebody that I've always been a little bit.
I swear, if I had to do more. Oh wait, no, Josh Reynolds isn't on here. Oh, thank Christ.
He is on there.
Oh no,
He he
no.
is he is. But I passed him. I passed him.
Oh, I can't do another off season of that.
I'm gonna take Scotty Miller.
Okay, please do.
Like I said, just depth, and he's at 1.6.
Can I interest you in another former Steeler, Marquez Valdez Scantling?
He was already a former Seahawk.
I know, but I don't want him back on my team.
Oh well. I really consider Romeo Dobbs. What worries me
Concussions.
is his concussion history,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it just does. You know,
You play a contact physical game, it's hard to really invest a lot of money in a player who that is at a higher risk because unfortunately, after you've suffered a concussion, you're more likely to get them.
I'm gonna pass. You know what? Instead of Miller, I'm gonna take Jalen Naylor for 4.7 million.
So he's a name that I've actually heard thrown out a bunch as I try to find him on here. It
He's
sounds.
down at the very bottom.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like, yeah,
Got him.
he is. You got him.
Yeah. So Naylor's name I've heard thrown out a bunch. It sounds like there's a lot of teams interested in him. I'm curious to see where he lands.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's when we've seen him play, he's definitely he's contributed, right? So let's go to cornerback next.
Okay, cornerback. As I really quick undo the Scotty Miller contract, which Steelers did that last year. Listen, if everyone thinks I'm complaining too much about my team right now, just wait till we do the Steelers. Okay, corners. I assume we're not going Marshawn Lattimore, Trayvon Diggs, Jamal Dean. Although Dean would be fun, he's probably going to cost too much. You know what? I'm going to make a prediction where you're going. Roger McCreary.
No, I'm not going McCreary.
You loved him his draft year, so I just was guessing.
Oh, I totally did. I've also seen him get kind of burned.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling down.
So I'll just list off some names here. I mean, you could bring back Artie Burns back to Seattle. Cordell Flott sounds like he's got a pretty big market, which is a little shocking, honestly. Asante Samuel Jr., he played for Pittsburgh last year, was overall relatively healthy, which is a good sign. Didn't look the same player, but after all of his issues, it's hard to blame him.
Jalen Watson.
Ooh, from the Chiefs.
Yes.
So he's your Josh Jobe replacement?
No, remember I already signed Josh. He's the Reek Woolen replacement.
Oh, okay. Can he? Oh wait, no, never mind. Seattle. Never mind. I was gonna say, can he play nickel? That's Witherspoon's. Never mind. That was stupid of me.
And we're showing 12.5. So just so we're clear, I've heard he could be up to 17.
Yeah, he sounds like he's going to get paid a lot too. I,
I
it's
let's go to 17 on him, just because I don't think that 12.5 is. I mean, I would love it, but right now, and this is where Seattle's going to make their largest splash.
Joey Bosa.
No,
Trey?
no, no. He doesn't play the run very well. Um, it's not to say that they couldn't. Not, that's not to say that they couldn't use him, but I really wish I understood how they lined these players up.
It's not even alphabetical. I don't get it. Maybe it's former cap hit.
Oh, actually, I believe you're correct. Oh, look at you go figuring that out.
Well, I'm just basing it because a lot of the guys see at the bottom I know were very low draft picks, and Cleveland Furl signed very
Okay,
cheaply.
Adafi Owe,
Oh wait, okay. Who has experience with Mike McDonald?
who had his best years with Mike McDonald.
I'd say last year after going to the Chargers was his best year. Okay, so is that gonna wrap us up for bringing in free agents and everything?
Yes.
Okay, well let's jump over to the draft then. So now we're at the mock draft portion of this. And reminder, we are running two different simulations. We're not running the same simulation. So we're going based off with what he says, with what he sees. So if a player's not there, I will showcase them and he will explain why he is drafting them there. And I'll just pick someone random.
All right, fair enough. So, in my mock, what they're showing as the highest rated player left in the draft is Blake Miller, TJ Parker, the edge from Clemson, KC Concepcion. Um, so, quite a few of the players that I wouldn't mind picking up um, are gone. And currently, the only team that has offered a trade is the Dolphins.
Huh.
So,
Bet you wish you had this. I got offers from the Chiefs and Bengals.
well, unfortunately, we're running off of this one. So I'll stick with what I've got here. And so, looking down, we always hear that players uh, usually go first round players usually go like 18 deep. I've heard a lot of people say this year it's not that deep, but
12 personally.
but there's still a lot of good talent on here. Um, Not what I wanted to see, and I really uh, do want to get a player that I think can come in this year and make a difference. And so I'm going to take Brandon Cisse at 32.
The cornerback from South Carolina.
South
I
Carolina.
believe he should be on the board here. He is, in fact. So we're going to go and let's see with what interesting things tend to happen. Pick 96. Wow, Anthony Hill all the way to 95. That would be shocking almost.
So on mine, Anthony Hill went at 94. So it looks like
Yeah.
they're pretty close. So
I'm just looking at
so
some of the other pictures, fascinated.
I'm kind of looking through, looking to see. Actually, let's look at that. So the Eagles are willing to trade So we also were going to be using the Rich Hill trade chart for anybody. So like with a trade, so the Eagles have 98, Seattle's got 96. The point difference between those two is, sorry, I'm trying to find it. So 98 is 37 as opposed to 39. So they'd basically be offering like a seventh round pick.
So 98, 179 for 96. Okay,
Yes.
that's their lowest pick. I don't even think this is in the 7th round, is it?
It's a compensatory.
Yeah, no, it's in the 5th round. Well, that's the lowest pick the Eagles got, so that's what we're gonna do.
But if you look on that Rich Hill trade chart, that's how it's going. So
Okay, forced trade as the Eagles take Jake Slaughter. Ooh, was there any interest in Jake Slaughter there?
uh no, not really. Um sorry,
Yeah, I'll
I
just start talking about prospects. What you look at? You look at
yes.
Keelan Rutledge, who's on the board here. I don't know if he's on the board for you. Very talented guard, could come in, probably actually take over the position relatively fast away from Anthony Bradford. Seattle doesn't need a quarterback. They have Darnold. They have their developmental guy in Jalen Milroe. Drew Aller would be pointless. Jonah Coleman, I think, is very possible here. Why? That dude is a pass blocking demon, and he enjoys it. As if you saw from the Combine interview, he enjoys pass blocking. He understands the importance of pass pro in any offense because you don't want the quarterback taking hit. Who are you going to care about more taking the hits? The running back or the quarterback, as he said. The quarterback's getting paid a lot more money. It's the running back's job to protect him.
And I mean, Seattle does have extensive knowledge about him since, of course, he is in Washington. So,
Yep. Malachi Fields, a developmental wide receiver, maybe not the fastest, but looks to have a very good deep ball ability. One of my gems is Stribling from Ole Miss right here, as we see on the screen. I think he's very underrated. I watched that Ole Miss offense. The offense they had under Lane Kiffin, I don't know if they're still going to run it or a variation of it. Really limited any player development, really limited how you can really scout these players. Whenever, though, you watch Stribling, though, you could tell there is a lot more there than with what Ole Miss showcased.
yeah. So fun. This is the funny part about us doing this separately, and maybe next time we'll have to do like a Zoom and share screen just so that we can go through this. Um, but uh, some of those players aren't available. But Jonah Coleman is, and I did want to go into the draft getting a running back. I know that I picked up Rashad White and Algier, but they're. Oh, we'll take Jonah Coleman here, and hopefully he can take the role sooner rather than later.
Fascinating. I'm sorry, because it just simulated a 5th round. I just saw Harold Perkins picked by the Cowboys. What a draft stock faller he has been since his freshman year. Wow.
I'll take your word for it.
He was projected to be, like, people were talking about in the same vein as, like, just top tier edge rushers. Like, he was going to be the next, like, Myles Garrett. That's what people said he was.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So, yeah, massive fall off. uh, okay. Looking at the guys here while you try and figure it out. Eric Rivers from Georgia Tech. I like him as a slot option. I don't know how much he'll really do his first couple years, but I think he's a very good developmental guy. Same thing with Trey Moore. I think he's a good developmental player. Like, you scroll down, oh my god, Caden Curry, good against the run, in my opinion. I don't really see much pass rush ability there, but like him against the run. If you didn't take a running back, I'd recommend Black from Indiana, talented runner, has some solid pass rush ability in my opinion. I'm not pass rush, pass pro ability in my opinion. Needs to work on it though, but I see some tools there that can eventually grow into something sturdy.
I'm going to take Caden Curry.
Good thing I mentioned him.
Nope, I actually had him. I had him already prompted.
I know, but just good thing I mentioned him so we can play into it.
Oh,
Okay, now look at the 6th round. Seattle doesn't need a fullback, but Eli Heidenreich is a fun player to watch. I'd recommend anyone to go watch him. Desmond Reed, running back out of Pittsburgh, who is 5'6".
that's pretty short.
That's short. And honestly, I don't think he's going to be on the board here. Tanner Colzile, the Houston tight end, I think he's going to be drafted higher. Very good receiver, good body, good frame, everything. He's someone I could see going higher just because I think teams will like his receiving ability.
Well, ironically, Heidenreich is on my board, but and didn't you mention Desmond Reed as well?
Yes.
He's here as well. I'm going to. Seattle has always taken some sort of offensive lineman for the past few years, and I have a feeling that one of the trades that before the season goes around, I just have this sneaking feeling that Seattle will have traded away Oluwatimi. And because of that, I think I'm going to take Parker Brailsford out of Alabama.
Okay.
Higher register.
I will just say this. That is the worst Alabama offensive line I have ever seen. And the interior offensive line was a big reason as to why. Okay, so we look here. We have 4 picks. Cisse, Jonah Coleman, Caden Curry, Parker Brailsford. The only pick I really don't like, and I think you could tell by my voice, was Brailsford. Overall, though, it's solid. You got 4 picks. There's not a whole lot you can do. I assume Seattle's going to be willing, dealing more. But as you said, only the Dolphins were interested in your first-round pick. Like, would you be shocked if Seattle held that pick when it was time to pick? Like when the pick was in?
I really think that they'll trade down and pick up a second. Like, and that's kind of what I was intending when I traded. I was like, well, I'll get a second. And I mean, if you look at the Rich Hill trade chart, right, depending upon who was going to be trading up, pick 32 is worth 184 points, right? So if they have traded with anybody in, say, the back half of the second round, or to be quite honest, anywhere from like 40 down. 40 is KC's, and that's 149. So you're almost 40 points. Well, if you go down and you keep looking at that, that's from a third round down, right? So I think that if we would use this and utilize it, Seattle could get some good compensation for it.
Yeah. Well, that's going to wrap us up for the Seahawks mock GM trial. I hope you stay tuned to the channel, as the Steelers mock GM trial will be up in 1 hour from now. But if you like this, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you share this, we'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and let's have a fun free agency week.